Hello, and welcome to Still Monarch 2, No Reason to Cry. It's a kind of strategy game where you don't do anything, you just tell everyone else to do things for you. And rather than blab about it, I'll just show you as I go along. So, new game, I've already kind of got everything selected. This is the balanced scenario. I completed the game before on one of these two difficulties, I don't quite remember, so we're going to do it on slightly hard. Galaxy size huge, and Old Empire, that's what it does, as opposed to that, if you're interested. Now, I believe I've already got most of the creationists down. Yep, Celesto, that's the default name, that's fine. I've found an emperor that I find good enough. I like the shades, it feels fitting for the kind of emperor that I'd probably be. Well, maybe not the shades. Emperors? What does the empress look? Oh my god, no. Okay, okay. Oh yeah, we've called him Jariah, because, I don't know, sounds kind of biblical. Perks, I believe I already picked them. Yeah, okay, so reformers, basically, it says they're powerful. Basically, they're really pretty useful, and if you want to have them done anytime before, you know, the game's kind of over, you kind of want this. Researchers, it's just useful to research things faster. That one can be useful, but it's kind of a one-off, and it's expensive, so, eh. Propagandist may be also useful, I don't know. Hardworking. I don't see the point in this at all, really. I mean, maybe on harder difficulties it might be useful, but I don't see the point of it. 10% to ground combat. Again, kind of useless, in my opinion. You'll see, we'll get into it later. Traders, also kind of useless in my opinion. You don't make that much money out of trading with aliens early game, and late game, because I've got this, it's not going to be enough money to make a difference. Diplomats, likewise, probably kind of useless, at least for how I play, so yeah. Now, tax efficiency, get money, that's good. So, money is good. And you have your own wealth, and, you know, it can be nice to have a little buffer at there. And since I wouldn't have enough points to get anything else anyway, I might as well get that, as I don't really value the extra points and stability whatnot. Anyway, so, why is there a laurel on my chair? I believe it is something that passes for a humorous joke among the lower palatial servants, sir. A joke? Do they want to bloody die? Do they think that I would be amused by this and spare them, for without their humour this house would be all the more duller than it already is? Because they're right. This place is ghastly dull. I mean, good lord. It's no wonder the last chap who sat in this chair offed himself. Actually, sir, I don't think they intended for you to see this. You are 3 days late, and the staff were beginning to think that you weren't coming. Not coming? If I didn't have to be here to hold an audience, which is like 3 months away, mind you, I wouldn't be here at all, my good man. I mean, haven't you guys heard of our virtual conference? The bill for these summits must be astronomical. Actually, sir, the Imperial Charter decrees that the cost of traditional and time-honoured occasions such as this are to be paid for by the taxpayers. Oh, well that's alright then, isn't it? What do they need the money for, anyway? Food. And football tickets, your grace. Football? We still do that? The thing where men kick a bag of air up and down a field for a few minutes and everyone goes apeshit when their team doesn't win? By God, we can't have that. Wilson, raise the taxes! Which taxes, sir? Food tax, value-added tax, corporate tax? Actually just raise all the taxes that the peons have to pay. And lower the taxes those people in suits have to pay. That means I only have to sign the document once, right? Correct, sir. Great. So, Wilson, what's the sitrep on the All Empire? The same as always, sir. Incomprehensibly corrupt, has no direction, probably has 17 ongoing famines and plagues that we aren't even aware of yet, and surrounded by aliens who for some reason are all vaguely humanoid if they're intelligent, and not humanoid if they're stupid or savage, which is a very human-centric way of thinking about ourselves as the zenith of intelligent life in the galaxy. Of course. Great. First order of business then, let's not address any of that, because that's hard. And why don't we start just rounding up anyone with an IQ score higher than whatever the average mean is for our courtiers, and lock them in a prison. Of course. Why? Because we've got all these smart people doing jack all for us, so they can get out of prison by drafting up some papers and reforms to this useless government. And whichever one I like best wins, and they can go free. And I get to reform this whole empire without doing any work myself, while still getting to take all the credit if it works, and I can blame someone else if it doesn't. We'll start off. So, here's our galaxy, and it's not that complicated once you know everything, but we'll go as we go along. So, the first thing to look over, let's go to the... What's that? Oh, okay, never mind. So, here's our court. This is basically everyone who runs your empire, I believe. And there's a whole lot of crap down here, which we won't get into right now. The overall personality of the court is stubborn and hardworking. And let's see who we've got as the top dogs around here. His competence is appalling, and he's the minister for something. I forget what he does. Oh wait, no, that's not the ministry. He's... Okay, ignore me. Maybe he's in here. Oh yeah, no, there he is. He's terrible. But, you know, that's for diplomacy, so I actually don't care right now. Everyone else is otherwise relatively competent, which is good. Okay, you're poor, but relatively loyal. This man's very loyal, so that's nice. And he's also not terrible, and he's not super uncharismatic, so that's fine. This man's just terrible all around, generally. Alright, so the top people here don't seem to be all terrible, except for Eugene Bonnet. Well, if I'm going to get anyone replaced... oh, wait, no, never mind. Never mind. You'll see what that does later, maybe. I'm not explaining everything. Okay, so... Is there anyone else who's okay, so... oh, this is a rather good person. Isabella Taylor. Stubborn and hardworking. So this is a good person to elevate, because she's good all around, seems to have good traits all across the board, and is also already has the personality stubborn and hardworking, which is already the dominant trait in the court. And basically what this does is the more you have of one personality trait being dominant, the more effective it is. It says there, all courtiers who have this personality get competence +2, and that's because it's the dominant traits, whatever. And you might see at the bottom there, it says 27, stubborn and hardworking. That's generally affected by the more powerful people. The more powerful they are, the more their trait has impact, and that's the same for their competence and loyalty and whatnot. So this person's pretty good, and this man is associated with Amistar. They're neutral. So I forget how to do this exactly because it's been a while. Can I get you just replaced? Disapprove this courtier. I don't quite remember. So while I may not quite remember how to do it exactly right now, what I do know is that we can just give this person the thumbs up, just give him a thumb up, 33, and one more. Cool. And now she's kind of on the top tier ranks and whatnot. So that's that, and we'll move on from here. These are our chances for good things to happen. Good, bad, sinned. It's generally better than it is worse, except for diplomacy. But again, we don't care about that right now. And, yeah, she's irrelevant. Laws. Now, laws are pretty darn good, but don't have any legislative points, so we'll just move on for now. Okay. Now, oh god, my memory's terrible. Okay, so, yes, taxes. The general populace happiness is 57. That's not great, but we're going to tax them more because we can. But we're going to lower the Gotta lower the industry tax for now, because basically that means that all the planets, they get to develop themselves a wee bit more, and so that's that. There's our balance. Now, budget. Budget can be an important one. The Heraldic Bureau is actually pretty useful, but it develops kind of slow, so for now we're gonna just whop that down. And in exchange for getting those two, we're going to eliminate some bureaucratic upkeep, because that's a massive strain on money. And it's generally just better to have good administration. So, with that, let's get some other things going. Okay. So, this red stuff, this is the hive. Some Xenos. They're basically, no one cares what happens to them. We can nuke them, we can genocide them, we can do whatever we want. Everyone hates the hive, and the hive hates us. And I believe on higher difficulties they're a bit more dangerous. But yeah. Now let's have a quick look here. Yes. So we don't command armies, not directly anyway. Again, we don't do anything as the Emperor. We're very lazy, and I'm very lazy. So what we do is, where's the button? Aha, yes. So first you got to claim the planet. That's very simple. You know, you say you want it, and everyone goes, okay, Emperor wants it, and they will make an effort, if it is not already yours, to go capture it. Let's just turn that down. And strategic weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, we need to be in range. Again, get to that later if it comes up. And this is the operational priority. You click it, and it's like, the Emperor really wants this thing done. So they're going to go try and do that. Yep. And yep. And because they're stupid Xenos, bugs, no one cares if they die. This one here will also get this, and I'm just going to prioritize everything. I mean, if you prioritize everything, then you prioritize nothing. But you know, that's not, it doesn't matter. And we'll also try and get some planets. Now, yep, claim that. Encourage colonization, that's a nice one to grab. And you know what, we'll just encourage that one. And encourage that one. I didn't yet. Oh wait, no, yeah, claim. You know what, we'll claim these as well. Alright. Now, there's a whole lot of other stuff to cover. Have I covered that? Yep. Right, technology is very nice, very nice. Ongoing ships modernization. Nah, not right now. That basically, you get modernization points and you could upgrade your ships. But it doesn't really matter right now. It's too early to make it much of a difference. We'll come back to that later. Energy. You can only get this one right now, as it says. So we don't have a choice. We'll go for that. Now, electronics, planetary infrastructure, cities, again, don't really care about ship modernization, and infrastructure's good. Your planets can develop more, you get more population, you get more money and things, so that's very nice. Thrusters. Oh, yeah, thrusters. I don't really know what it does. I mean, I would look at it does that. So, that's good. Now, oh, that reminds me. How are we doing on the food? Okay, so people are hungry. About 63% of the population is getting food, so that's nice. But on the minerals front, we have enough to supply what we're currently sucking up into ships and whatnot. These are expensive, so we're not going to touch those for now. So, since food is a bit of an issue, who cares about trade? Food. That's it. Now. Yep, can't afford any of that. Okay, great. Now, the military. There's not much that really needs finagling right now because it's early game. There's actually a lot of interesting stuff around. But you know, take ages to talk about. So, with all that done, it's pretty much that's pretty much everything. There's the Empire. It pretty much runs itself. How much administrative points we got? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's 100. You know what? We might need that, so we'll skip that for now and end the turn. Okay. Now, here we go. Everything is automated again. Exploration. So our explorers went forth and explored Eclipso. What? Go to. Ah, there we go. So it looked like that before, and I think the law is that your normal space crews basically refuse to go down these lanes because they are afraid that they will jump off the edge of the galaxy or something like that. So they're just siphoning up some poor sods and shooting them into the deep reaches of space. And, you know, I guess they come back and report and say, yep, didn't fall out of the universe or the galaxy or whatnot. And they're like, okay, great, so we can do that. So, you know, and basically there's some, like, prioritization list on exploration, like right here. Generally, I found that they explore faster than you can, like, expand or conquer anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Now, yes, war, if you need an update, this is generally what happens all in a turn. Right now we're just fighting the Hive. So our Space Forces attacked 2 enemy planets. You can see here we have 25 squadrons over this planet and 33 over here. And we destroyed 32 enemy squadrons. They destroyed 38 of ours. So they licked back. They hit back a bit harder than we gave them, but it's okay because you know, everyone is expendable here. And damn the losses, so long as we have the minerals, we don't care really what happens. Here's the battles if you want to go over. Now, in Stellamonic 1, you could actually watch the battles take place. I mean, I say watch, it was like little pixels moving on a screen and you gave it stat reports and whatnot. It just skips over all that, and I will admit, in Stellamonic 1, it did get a bit tedious going through them all. So this just tells you what kind of is what's happening, and unlike in Stellamonic 1, I believe that you know, it can take several turns for a Space Force to fight to blow each other up. This is what's left, I believe, and you know, we're invading the ground. Basically, this counter ticks up, I believe, over time, and once it gets high enough, we start destroying defense stations and whatnot, and eventually we win, which again is why I really don't care about that 10% to ground combat. You know, so long as your fleet is in the orbit, you'll win eventually, and that's all that really matters. Yes, your admirals. Again, these are the people that get our commands. We say we want the planet, and you know, the Chancellor and the bureaucrats file the report, and the High Command gets it, and this guy gets assigned to go do it, and he tells you what he's doing. If he's, you know, mustering troops to do it, or if he's done it, and he's done it. And he tells you everything that's happened here, and Fleet Force, yep, and, you know, they marshal everything up, send the things, and if they think they need more, they kind of suck it from a little reserve pool. And, orders. Yes, and this is, what's been ordered. Like, we'll see here that Chorus is not currently got anything over, but Imperial High Command has ordered the conquest of Chorus, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, it's in the system, is what it's saying. You know, they're on it, they just haven't done it yet. And, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to do. How much of this do we make a turn? We make 30 and plus 10 per turn, but we might need some for the court. So here we go. So we'll get to the audience in a bit. This is a nice little fun part. But we've won a planet. Which one did we win? Which one? Aurora. Can I rename things? I don't remember. Yeah. What did I say? It was Aurora. It's Aurora now. There you go. Aurora. Yep. There we go. Okay. Now, ship designs. Yeah, okay, so, again, basically, we'll probably go over this again later, but you can upgrade and improve your ships and whatnot, and basically, like, every so many turns, they issue out the new patents of ship designs that you've ordered. Right now, they're all using the same, so let's ignore that. Exploration, yep, again, we kind of already know what's happening. It looks like we're winning here. Looks like they've started a fighting here, and If we go to war, they damaged just a few more ships than they did ours. So, but you know, again, everyone's expendable. Now, yep, the mineral availability, because we're losing ships, they'll be replacing them, and they all have their own little mineral costs. Right now, we are still keeping up, so no need to worry about the minerals. Food is still absolutely atrocious, but, you know, it's fine. You know, let them starve. You know, what's a little bit of food rationing? Oops. Okay, audience. Now, this is basically, usually there's more, but basically every so many turns, is it a year a turn or something? I'm not sure. But, you know, every so many turns you get these little events, and, you know, so, space band. Hey, so, oh yeah, so basically you can have, like, big feasts and whatnot, and, this guy will affect it, so, it makes it better, because, you know, basically sometimes some people go, oh, well, this feast's a bit crap, you know, there's not enough garnish on the turkey and all that stuff. So we can, like, hire a music band to go to our next one and make it better. So we could spend 3,000 of our personal credits, of which we only make 816 a turn, so yeah. Or we could just say, yes, I'm the Emperor, so you're coming, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, this is not good. Due to negligence of our fiscal engineers, our accounting computer system broke down. So, you know, they've had a Windows XP crash. Okay, this happens a lot in the Empire. We seem to run on technology from the 70s. And with a man like this, I mean, who can blame anyone for the computers crashing? This man, I don't know. It's just not the man I'd trust with our computer systems. So we're gonna just bail them out with a bucket load of money, of which we don't have much, and just repair it all because accountant's bad apparently. And if again, that was affected by this. Generally, we're meant to have better chances than not good chances, but well, bad stuff happens. It's the Empire. This filthy alien from Talmac says they want to start a war with us. Okay, 6 planets. Okay, very well. That's nice. We at House Gerson think it would be our mutual best interest if our houses become become closers. Yes, this game was not made by someone who was native English-speaking tongue, I believe. So there's a few little discrepancies in the text, but you know, it's sufficient. It's much more than sufficient. I get everything that they mean. So, kind of a noble alliance of sorts. What do you think, my liege? Yes, it's generally a good idea to have good houses. Oh, I forgot about them. Yeah, we've got to go to them too. Lot to cover right now, but you know, it'll make sense eventually. Yep, generally, this one's alright, but you know, it's just good to have good houses on your house. So yep, let's be friends. Now, this noble house is uncooperative. I forget everything that means right now. I mean, if they hate you enough, the fleets that they control will just not obey your orders, but you know, for now, it's mostly okay, I think. So, they want a favour. Denies the right to construct an orbital observatory on a distant planet. Unfortunately, it's outside of our jurisdiction, so they simply keep saying no. So, if we say no, they get less opinion of us, and it's just on the cusp of over 300, so I don't want to say no to them. Sure, I'm ordering the Chancellor to deal with it right now, and that's a lot of bureaucratic points, and we actually don't have the bureaucratic points to deal with it, even if we wanted to. I mean, we do actually. I mean, we can go into the negative with this, I believe, and it gains us a favour with them, so sure. And, another non-cooperative house. We have a claim. It was space roll. I shall judge it. Yes, judge it fairly. I mean, like I said, I don't see much point in these. You generally don't use them too much. I mean, I don't see much point in getting more. I generally seem to have plenty enough to deal with things without getting more of it. House Stafford, my niece is getting married, but the thing is, those things cost money. Well, use your own money. Fucking, I swore. Well, not PG rated. Now, I could give him money, and there's a 50% chance for some monarchism, and monarchism is basically how much they support me, I believe. And some other things, but, I'm not going to go over it right now. And so I could give him 1,000 of my own credits, of which, I don't make that much a turn. Or I could give him more, and there's no effect. Well, sure, go on, let's give you that. And, with that, I just click it done. And finally, let's go over the noble house and see what's what. So, generally, it's good to have them, most of them, as well on your side as possible. The more friendly they are, the less trouble they cause for you. If they are uncooperative, they age this rebel tick meter, and generally, unless you try really hard, the rebellion's going to happen eventually. But that's a long way away right now. And, rebel scum, their time will come. But not right now. So, there we go. Once we get it over 299, they will be neutral to us. And, do we have any... they have 2 grudges against us, so it's capped at cordial, but that's fine. So, House Winthard? House Winthard, okay. I'll rename you later, once I come up with a derogatory name for you. And here we go. Authority, that's kind of how much power they have. Generally, I don't know what it does exactly, besides when there's a big council vote. I believe this has some measure of effect on it, or something. And as you can see, there's a load of stuff that feeds into it. Now, there's a few ways to make them like us more. We can summon to investigate, but ignore that for now. Yes, we can just give him a small personal letter, with thumbs up from the Emperor, talk about the weather. He doesn't seem to want to have any, it doesn't seem to have any small events that we can just do, so, sure, we'll spend an Emperor point to make him like us a bit more. But, that doesn't really, do too much. Instead, we can... What's the best way to win people over? Just give them a shiny medal, and it'll give them some worthless platitudes and whatnot. And give the sun a medal, and bang, now they're neutral to us, and it's all good. And now these people are 200 below us. I mean, they only have 220. Now they're a rival of the royal house, which means they're just destined to kind of hate us for a while. And there's not really too much I can do about that right now. And they also desire court influence, but they've already got that, apparently, because they have plus 20. So, what else? They desire ministerial positions, but they've got that, apparently, so they've got plus 20. These people just like us, so that's fine. These people, their desire is already filled, apparently. And their desire is already filled. What about you? And their desire's already filled. So they're all hunky-dory, they're all fine. And this is us. There's the Emperor. Here he is. Make an effort. No. There's the wife, lovely Sonia Celesto, who can spend money to give me a break. And here's some worthless siblings and relatives who we don't really care for too much. And yeah, okay. I haven't done much, but I think after covering all the basics, fuck off. Covering all the basics, I think that'll do for now. Yeah, very professional throughout, I'm sure. And with that, I guess, yeah, see you later. Upon the clay of all planetary bodies brought under the mandate of my imperial governance from this point onwards, and all territories incorporated into the Empire since my ascension to the throne. Russell, take this, look it over. Change the words and lingo to make it suitably high-nosed and suiting of the formative tone of all the charters beforehand. Hand it back to me once you're done, and I'll approve it after any amendments, and we'll get this thing shipped off. Oh, hello. Mr. No Fun. Glad you made it. From that dour look on your face, I can tell you have work to give me. Sir, we need to have a discussion about your management strategy. What management strategy, I hear you about to say. So, by my imperial prerogative, I do decree that discussion of my management strategy is hereby expressly forbidden. You realize you'd have to put that in writing and pass it through several legislative bodies before it comes into effect. Yes. So I sent the paperwork off the day I became emperor, with a clause that essentially retroactively incriminates anyone who discussed my management strategy for any moment in time up to 50 years before it was even signed. I'm not sure that's how it works, Henry VII. Not the same thing, sir. Once the law is signed, it will be. Look, don't worry about it, it's all going to be fine. I'm just lightening the load for all my hard-working courtiers. Consider it a perk of the new imperial mandate. Very well. On to the next issue. The rebellion concern. As I'm sure you're aware, the Empire is too vast to root out all its dissidents, and they're one day bound to rise to challenge your benevolent mandate. And for posterity, we need you to write your final address to the Empire for when the rebels storm the palace and place your distinguished but neatly severed head on the wall. Or if you die for any other reason. Your confidence in my administration inspires me in all the wrong ways, Chancellor. It hasn't even been a year since I took the throne and we're already making contingencies, are we? Well, you know what, with a guy like me in charge around here, I can see why the establishment is shaking in its boots. There are ministers in my court who scream Bloody Mary if you try to change a menu around here, let alone a law. Yes, well, the last time the menu got changed, the Empress unwittingly, we think unwittingly, ate half the court. Oh, well that would explain why the automated kitchen is welded shut. Oh, Wilson, I have an idea. Yes, your majesty, but can we put a pin in it? The aforementioned speech needs to be 24 hours long. The crown is not allowed at any moment in time to be without an emperor, so the speech prolongs your reign even in death until a new emperor is crowned. Right, yeah, I got it. Draft up and record an obscenely long speech to continue my reign until a new emperor is chosen, but until then my word is still law. I'll do that, okay?